Welcome to N.O.G.A.S podcast. Here with Dean at IG, Latino Tarantino, Twitter.
I say all that. You know I don't like the promotion. It's D.
Twitter, Dean Alexander.
JC, N.O.G.A.S.
Co-host JC Betancourt.
Where we at, JC?
We're at Miami-Dade College. Alma mater.
We're sharing a mic today because we're... no, that one doesn't work. Because we are on site at MDC. So please don't get so damn close to it, all right?
Don't get so close to me.
They have a casting call here today, so I gotta be a little quiet. But yeah, a lot of interesting looking people here. You know, talented people coming out.
All wondering what it is we're doing.
Yeah, well, that's fine. But you know, casting calls are kind of nerve wracking. You done a casting? You did one behind my back, right? Yeah. What makes you feel like you couldn't tell me you wanted to be a part of their film? Why did you tell me?
Production dates. That's the problem right there. Production dates.
I mean, you could have found out the production day.
So we're gonna vent this out here. That's what it is.
No, yeah, totally gonna vent this out here because you totally tried to keep it from me for some reason.
Hamstring curl you.
No, of course not. I know that, but you know, yeah, that's your water. Anyways, yeah. Let me move the camera around and show. So what's up, man? What part did you audition for? Behind my back.
Detective Lockhart.
What's Detective Lockhart?
He's interrogating some of the suspects in the movie, and his scene, I guess, requires a lot of emotion and a lot of commitment to the
a lot
of
moment. Deception.
Yeah,
that you're good at.
I bet.
That's a good trait that you have so far. That I think you can nail the character.
I'm not gonna audition for something and tell you when it's not come to fruition yet. So obviously, I'm not gonna mention unless it's actually means something.
All right. Well.
You good now?
FYI,
am I back on your Christmas list?
Because even this morning, I was like, you know what? We should record at the campus since they're having a casting call and our guest canceled on us today. So why not we just record with our buddies at the campus? And then you said, yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Like you weren't coming here anyways.
Honestly, I didn't know it was here. So.
You didn't know it was where? On campus?
I thought they were gonna have it somewhere like closer to downtown.
They have flyers that's been out for 2 weeks.
Oh, I don't look at
here.
Sorry, guys. Nobody looks at the flyer.
Jesus Christ. Anyways, no, it's all good. I'm glad we're here because we barely got to talk about MDC last time when Kyle was on.
We got a lot to go over. A lot.
Yeah, I'm going to vent a little bit about MDC. But I really wanted to do it with our guest. Adrian couldn't make it, but we're going to reschedule.
I mean, who wants to come to work on their day off?
That's true. Exactly. Yeah.
But definitely, I noticed that a lot of these casting calls, people come out and, it'll be maybe one time that you meet them, they audition for you, and then if they don't get picked, you never talk to them again. You got to keep in touch with all these people, every single one of them.
Yeah, I got a catalog folder on my computer with everyone who I've auditioned for Dirty 30. Just one of them was here today, Patrick. So
you gotta keep all the information, keep updating, keep hitting them up with projects, keep people involved and keep the ball rolling forward.
Yeah, and these are the ones that you can tell are real passionate about it. The ones who come, this is a student film. So the fact that they have passion enough to contribute to a student film and do it for portfolio reasons says a lot about, a person, about an actor.
I mean, you remember when we talked about this, about a no job too small, even if the person's, going and picking up pastelitos for everybody because we're in Miami and coffee. Like everybody on set is an art maker. They're making art. They're artistic. They're an artist. Even if they have a small role in it because everybody contributes. No job too small to, finish the project, to move it forward, make it the best you can.
Absolutely. Yeah, with that being said, can you give me a coffee?
Not now.
No, it's good stuff.
But another thing I really noticed is that even if it's a student film, these people come in here and they've gone over these lines, they've practiced, they've looked into the role, even if they're not familiar with it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, even if they're familiar with it, but that type of dedication can only get stronger with the bigger the project. Look how they're treating this small project.
Absolutely.
Or this project per se, and then look how they'll treat something else. With more gravity, more push behind it.
Yeah, speaking of push behind it, you got to watch out for those casting couches.
Oh yeah, you can walk in there. There's a couch.
All right, run.
You got the role, but you don't want that role.
Yeah.
Oh man.
No, I had some good questions for our professor today, man. I really wanted to get his views on some stuff. But you're right. Who wants to come to work on their day off? And he said he had a party to get to, and it's hard to say no to his aunt's arroz con pollo. So.
I mean, honestly, I thought he was Dominican.
What is he? What is?
No idea. I don't know. He looks like he would put off the Pepe Le Pew, to look to that mustache, but I don't know.
Who knows what he is? Who knows what any professor here is? I don't know too much background behind any of them. All I know is that some of them care, like Adrian, and then some of them come here for a check, literally.
Yeah, they'll even tell you the
verbatim
the monetary value.
They even tell you the monetary. They'll even tell you their salary.
They bring the W-2 out there, like, here you go.
That's right. Look, this is why I'm here. Who gives a shit? You want to go smoke some weed in the parking lot, which has happened.
Oh Lord. Girl comes in, you're like, I know what you're doing. You ain't playing it off.
For real.
But it's crazy because you can't even trust strippers these days. Much less professors.
Dude. When it comes to actors, back to actors, I'm all for paying actors. I'm all for that. I'm all for paying for whatever your skill is, do that. But if you don't have too much of a portfolio and you're like refusing to do stuff, or you without the pay and you just want to get paid for it, those are the first type to go. And honestly, I wouldn't pay an amateur actor to be in my Snapchat video. You know what I mean? Because, come on, we're all trying to make it. We're all in the same boat. We all need to kind of come together and create stuff.
Kind of like, where does that sense of entitlement come from?
How dare you? Yeah. Even the ones that are like kind of Instagram famous, which I don't consider famous at all.
No, I don't even trust Instagram. You can buy those followers.
That's true. But sometimes, like some students here, they'd be like, "Oh, he has a blue check behind next to his name on Instagram. He's famous." And I just shake my head because that's not famous. There's a couple people, if you're around too much, easily available and seen all the time around your own neighborhood, you're not famous. You know what I mean? It's happened a couple times where I see someone who's Instagram famous, and I'm like, yo, what's up? Yeah, it's you. Nice.
Okay.
Hey, can I get 2 Hennies, please? Thank you. It's exactly what happens. Come on, I'm not going to pay you for that. I mean, let's work together. It all goes back to what I was saying earlier about everyone wants to be the top dog. Yes. So that's what it is, man.
I mean, a lot of times they get that thing in their head that they're like, oh, I gotta get paid for this, and it's like, if you're still working something else and you're doing this, you don't need to get paid for this. Right. You need to build up more.
Trust me, if I had the budget, which is what I'm looking for, I'll pay everybody who I feel deserves it, or who does deserve it, official.
Yeah.
But as of right now, if it's costing me money, it's hard. It's hard to get paid.
I mean, I can tell you one thing. Look, if you're doing something and you're passionate about it, it doesn't feel like work. It's not like you're gonna attribute money to it and say I gotta get paid X amount of money for this day. Yeah. Like if you're on the lower level, like obviously, like if you're on a big budget film, you're gonna expect to get your payday, But it's not like those people haven't worked before. This is not their first project.
Yeah. Look at my dog over here. What's up, man? How you doing?
Luka.
Yeah, Luka. Yeah, you auditioned before. You came to a casting. Yeah. What's up, man? People just think we're the secretary. Right. They're in that room over there, but there's a sign-in sheet over here. Does anyone have the sign-in sheet?
They have it inside.
They have it inside?
Yeah.
We're sitting in the back of the class, so people think we're the secretary for the casting call.
Front of the class.
But no, it was, he auditioned before, huh?
Like where am I supposed to go now?
Just wait for them to come out of the room, and they'll come out with the sign-in sheet. Just hang out, man. Yeah, I got a video of him too. Young Leonardo DiCaprio over here. This kid, he's pretty good. He was actually in that film with Arminio. What's his name? Army.
No, I'm not gonna say it.
What?
You know the nickname.
What nickname? I don't know what you're talking about.
Croc.
Oh, right. No, I'm not calling any vegan a cool man-eating name like that. Croc. I'm sorry. The kid's a young punk. His name is Armenio. Anyway, he was in that movie, which was you guys did good. Yeah. It came out like a comedy, which wasn't supposed to. But your acting, the fight scene was really good.
Which movie?
I never saw it.
The Freight. Yeah, he doesn't want to show anybody because it was kind of like a mess. In one scene, you could actually see the boomstick shadow. It came out.
That is
But the
why
fight
the
scene
nickname
was great. You guys did really good. But it was the production that was like funny. And then at the end when the monster comes, like the dude happens to be a monster, they made it look like a Snapchat filter. His eyes turned like these Snapchat filter eyes. It was hilarious, dude. But anyways, no, he's a good actor though.
What you're saying is with proper execution, you could have had a good movie there.
No, he did his thing. It's not the actor's fault when the movie comes out not the way it's supposed to.
No, not him. I'm talking about production. If they would have handled it a little better, maybe it would have come out better.
Yeah, at the same time, Army doesn't have experience as a director or whatever, but they did what they can.
Right?
Yeah, you got Luka here.
Okay, yeah, they told me about it.
Yeah, so, but no, I wish I had a clip of that. That's another thing, another point. We deserve to give these actors product. We need to put out the work. People put in work out of their own time, and half of them don't even get to see the shit. Look at Patrick when he came out earlier. He asked me what happened to the film Johannes did. Yeah, because he never seen it, and he was in that film.
Which is the one?
The one with the hospital that came out like a semi-softcore porn that we shot here. Remember?
He was in it?
Yeah, he played the patient in the softcore porn scene.
I mean,
the bald guy.
Okay.
Shout out to Patrick. He's always at every
We saw
casting
his
call.
feet.
No, you saw his head. You saw his head.
Oh, his
remember?
head and his
Yeah.
feet.
But anyways, you put in work. You deserve to see the work that you put in. At the very least, even if it didn't come out exactly the way that it was supposed to come out.
The other thing is, like, if they're on set, it's not like they're in a 9 to 5 and they're getting treated like shit, like we all do. It's, you're on set and you're getting treated correctly. You're getting fed. You're getting, it's not a bad atmosphere. It's not a bad environment. You're getting treated well, and you're doing something you're passionate about. You love.
Yeah.
So in that sense, I feel like a lot of times people should also think about certain things about it. You're coming out. You're doing a film. You're not getting treated bad. You're a part of it versus being at home waiting on that money that you're expecting or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You're actually out there doing stuff.
What do you mean though? Like as far as putting out work? Because I'm talking about
but you should also be open to doing work. Like it's
yeah, for sure.
Two sides to it.
But that's the thing. Like, there's a lot of aspiring actors out here. It's just that it bugs me when the director, doesn't put out the work. That's what bugs me about the whole fucking shit. Like, they need to put out work.
Like, give the actor the reel of the film?
Yeah, at least the reel. At least the reel, if requested. If you're not going to put out the work because it sucked, it didn't come out exactly the way you hoped, which you should put it out anyways and face that brunt of embarrassment, of take that L, you should take it. At least give the actors a reel in their part if they request it, because it's not fair that people put in their time and don't get any product out of it because the fucking editor sucked or the director doesn't feel self-conscious about it. It's bullshit. It's bullshit.
You gotta have somebody in charge of that.
The director's supposed to be in charge of that.
That probably gets looked over like as something.
That happens all the time. Army did it. Johannes did it. Everyone around me. I'm gonna make sure I'm sure Chico will put out the work anyways. But I know I'll make you put out the work, even though I'm sure you would too. You don't care.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people who don't put out work, man, and it just annoys me. Right, Luka? Right? How does that make you feel?
I honestly don't really care that much because I like doing it and that's it. I don't even.
Yeah, but you should get something from what you put.
Luka doesn't mind because he likes doing it.
I like seeing myself, but like if, for example, if I have it, I can put it as experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. Yeah.
But that's the thing. If you don't get it, how are you going to put it as experience?
So on that point, I agree with you.
Yeah, for sure. What about you, buddy?
I used to work in film full time,
Uh,
PA stuff and stuff like that. I worked for many years. I would tell you guys, go to Georgia.
go to Georgia is this man's
They can't crew.
advice.
They don't have enough crew. Like, you can be PA level and you can have
Yeah,
audition.
yeah. What production? What was the biggest production you did?
So many. I mean, I've done like novelas, reality shows, music videos.
He's done novelas, reality shows, and all that shit with Lil Wayne. Then why are you down here? You say you moved to Georgia, but why are you down here then?
Because I have my son here.
Oh, because you have your son there, and your son doesn't like
I
Georgia.
don't want to leave my son.
Right.
So I can't.
Gotcha.
Like 10, but I'm telling you because I know a lot from people and I see they're all going up there.
No doubt. Yeah, Georgia's the way to go right now. It's the place to be. Atlanta's the place to be.
Yeah, man, all you guys are going to work up there.
Yeah, for sure.
Everybody that goes up there is going to get work.
Yeah.
The shit fast.
Right. I was a PA yesterday at this infomercial for the production company I work at. Big place.
Oh, thanks for telling me that. Now.
It's a job. What do you want me
Oh,
to
it's
do?
a job, huh? No.
Yeah, it's a job. I can't get them to hire you. I got paid.
Oh, I can't get hired. That's what it is. All right.
I don't have that much clout there yet. Anyways,
Beards are people too.
I got a couple $100, and I was there 12 hours. But then after 12 hours, it becomes like, come on, it becomes like $11, $10 an hour. I can't do that. So I had to leave like right at 12 hours. But yeah, Buddy brings up a good point. It's not really unionized over here, so I don't get the meal penalty privilege. I don't get the damn overtime privilege. I don't get nothing really. They even told me to eat last. I was told to eat last.
Speaking of that,
It's bullshit.
I did burn notice when they were
Burn notice when they were shooting in Miami.
they out and they played the Glades.
Yeah. Was that union burn notice? Yeah. You see, because burn notice has a budget, USA or whatever channel it was on.
No,
But
they bring you like Ben and Jerry's.
they bring you Ben and Jerry's. He says, "All right, yeah." I really felt like a third-class citizen yesterday. You know?
Last.
they
That's
literally.
The hours are just
Yeah, come up here, talk to the mic. That we're shooting a podcast. Yeah, we're doing a podcast. We do a little film podcast every Saturday. Go call her real quick. Go call her. Oh, Eddie, yeah, go ahead. Hey, how did your audition go? Good. Can you come talk about it on the podcast? Yeah, sure. Come on.
I'm sitting here.
This lovely lady here coming through. No, give her a seat. This seat looks all, I don't know. Just sit there. Grab a desk for her. Hi, how you doing?
Hi.
My name's Dean.
My name is Maggie or Magaly.
Maggie? Madeline?
Magaly.
Magaly, okay. How did it go? Come on, pull up.
Yeah, you can talk to them.
Yeah.
Here? Or there?
Yeah, he was fine. He's
Okay.
fine. Yeah, get a little closer to the mic. Magaly.
Yes.
All right, so how'd it go?
You went excellent.
Yeah?
Really good energy inside over there. Everybody help you to give the best out of the character.
What was the character?
Candy.
Candy.
Yes, Candy, which is a lady that goes through an interrogation. Really strong detective right there. And
Wow.
she's trying to get her way in a sexy way with him and
Of course.
doing his ways.
Right. Kind of like a Basic Instinct. Is that what?
Kind of, yeah,
Right.
yeah. It was awesome energy. We did a little bit of improv
Nice.
and it was
How
cool.
long you been acting for?
10 years.
10 years. Mainly here in Miami, or you lived somewhere else?
I lived in Colombia before and then Miami. So
Another Colombian. Okay. Yeah.
another
JC's
Colombian.
got
Yeah, we won. We went to the soccer. Yeah.
What is that? What are you guys talking about?
Soccer.
Oh,
Soccer team.
yeah. No, I don't watch soccer.
Oh, okay.
It's a-
That was a big thing last week. So yeah.
No, but great. That's so you did a lot of work in Colombia,
Yes.
novelas and stuff.
Novelas.
Did
So
you ever
rappers.
kill anyone in one of those?
I actually
shows?
got killed once and twice.
How was it? Was it fun?
It was really weird experience because they put me in a bag with the throat cut and the whole thing and the clothes, and I was supposed to be still, and it was really cold in Bogota, which gets really cold, and it was kind of surreal that you see yourself over there with your throat, and it was cool. Being an actor is awesome because you play with your mind all the time, and it's good to meet different people all the time, and you are able to feel the energy of the crew. And
Definitely.
It's awesome.
Definitely.
I love it.
How do you characterize here in Miami? How is it different over here?
Miami is a tough market. I just came from New York. I was 3 months doing a workshop in Stella Adler for 3 months.
Cool.
And in the New York Film Academy, another 3 months. So Miami is right now it's more like a Latin market, and the productions that are coming from the American market are independent, like what you guys are doing, which is awesome because we need more of that, and we need more people supporting, that they pass the regulation about the taxes and all that stuff.
The tax
so
incentive.
hopefully it goes
A lot
through.
more.
Yeah, because we need more of that, and we have the people, we have the talent.
Definitely.
But unfortunately, it's been a little quiet. So
It's been super quiet, and
Yeah.
it's been super just stagnant ever since Moonlight, which was the last thing here. Everyone here in the school has a Moonlight story, by the way.
Wow, that's awesome.
Everyone. I
That's
used to get
awesome.
coffee for so and so, or I used to do this and that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but we need more of that.
We need more of that,
It's
and
too
it's
far.
awesome.
It's too few and far between.
But it's so good that exist, institutions like the Miami Dade Community College and the people that is dedicated like you
You think
guys.
so? I hate it here.
Yeah, well, but,
Oh, God, I hate
but
it.
I don't know too much about this institution, but at least they promote a little bit more that people move towards
Very
this
least.
area,
Yeah.
And it's not easy because it's hard to live out of being an actor, an actress, an artist in general. It's
Yeah.
hard to live out of that. So it's
For
good
sure.
that at least you get a place where you can promote that, and then that you can be part of something.
Absolutely. No,
Which-
absolutely. I have my grievances here. Big time grievances. But at least what you said, they do the bare minimum to try to at least influence us to keep going. Either that or they're just making a killing out of the money that we spent here. One or the other.
Which, well, okay.
Probably both.
One served the purpose of the other one. Let's
Exactly.
say.
Probably both. But no, you're right. The more, the better. And I think maybe it'll change better one day because the tax incentives that they just passed now, it's okay. It's not all that great, but
But it's
starting.
a beginning.
Yeah.
It used to be a time that Miami produced big things like Miami Vice and all the stuff. But then when things change, everything moved to Atlanta. And then everybody's going to Atlanta.
You ever been to Atlanta?
Yeah.
How you like it?
Well, it's okay. I love Miami.
Right.
Don't take me wrong. I love the weather over here. I love the people, the different cultures that you find in here. Georgia is a little bit more like it's different experience.
Is it?
It's different. And but at least they got the incentive.
Yeah.
So now
you did a couple auditions over there. You
no.
worked on
I went over there to meet some people, some agents.
Cool.
I haven't because I literally finished the Stella Adler thing, and I did it more because I think an actor always has to be acting in the craft. You
Yeah.
cannot be quiet. You have to be doing it all the time. And I was doing micro theater in Biscayne for a while, and then I'm like, you know what? I need to tune out in the part of the film, which is the one that I'm interested for.
Cool.
And so you always have to research more stuff, take
Yeah,
new things.
definitely.
I happened to get the bless. My professor was one of the casting directors of this movie. The Professional.
Okay. Oh, that's a
Toad
good
Tadler.
one.
Yeah,
Nice.
he was awesome.
Yeah.
I love him, and he was really good, and I learned a lot from him. A lot of experience, 30 years in the business. So, and now I'm also, even that I'm here, I'm taking some. We are doing like a workshop with someone, Martin D. Will, which is in California. We're doing Skype sessions and things. I think you have to be active.
Nice.
all the
How
time.
the meetings with the agents go in Atlanta?
It went good. My only problem right now is could be an advantage, but not. I don't look Latin. So sometimes when they call me, they're looking for a Latin, and I show up in the casting and they're like, did you get the description? I'm like,
and then you open your mouth
yeah.
and they're like, oh yeah. Well,
yeah, exactly. But then sometimes they stereotype when they're looking for a Latin.
They stereotype all the time when it comes to that.
So some of the agents told me, you know what, you should cast yourself more as a European because of your looks. And you have an accent, so it's okay. They don't kind of determine where your accent is from unless you say it.
True, that's true.
So I'm trying to target towards that direction right now.
You should target towards the direction that people see you, because sometimes the ones that you want to target and the ones that you feel you can do the best, you know, it's like the outside point of view of outside the box of your own mind. It's like, all right, no, you think you look more European and all that. Like, since when you open your mouth, your accent clearly gives
have
it
an
away,
accent.
right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
But unless I tell you I'm Colombian, what did you think that I'm Colombian?
I thought you were like Irish.
Yeah, but some people, because we're Colombian, you cannot count. That's why sometimes people call me just Maggie, and it's easier. Some people cannot even pronounce my name unless you're Latin.
You look American.
But I look like, I don't know.
The drown in your eyes is so blue.
Yeah, they're super blue, and I'm light skin and whatever. So
No, it makes sense when you say it. But how hard does the accent get in the way of stuff sometimes?
It used to. I think not anymore. As far you are portraying the character the way that it should be, I think that, I'm not going to be 100% neutral ever, even if I try 10,001 classes, because my main language is Spanish. Especially over here in Miami, most of the people talk to you in Spanish.
Right.
But I think if you give a strong proposal of who your character is, that sometimes could be modified. It happened to me like 2 years ago. I went to a casting. They were looking for this detective, actually. And she told me, oh, we were looking for an American detective, but I love what you did. They did a second call and everything. You know what? Maybe the detective can be like Russian or somewhere else. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Because of course they will have to modify, the characteristics of who the person is.
Right.
Because I cannot be 100% American just because I look one way.
Did you ever get a casting director tell you, oh, no, you're great, but your accent a couple times?
Yes.
Because every time I have a friend also who came from Argentina, big time actor over there too. He's done a lot of novelas. Really great actor, but he's super self-conscious here now about his accent, and he's trying everything he can to try to get rid of it. I personally like it, but if you could turn it on and off, I guess, of course, it'd be better. But it's possible.
If you do it really smooth, it's gonna be a little bit always. I think for my best advice for him will be,
don't give a fuck.
Really, I mean, work on it. Try your best.
Yeah.
But don't let to be in the way when you are portraying this character, because it will block you. It will.
Definitely.
If you say one word a little bit off, and then you feel, oh, I said this, then you lose whatever intention you had, and then the character will go off.
You'll see it.
You will see it in your eyes. You will reflect it, and
you will reflect it.
A normal person that has an accent in real life, which is who you are portraying, will be conscious of that.
Yeah, for sure. You know what's funny is that it's hard for him to learn an English accent, but it seems like second nature to Australian actors. They pick up English accents like in a week.
Australian and pretty much.
Yeah, there's an Australian, but so it's a good skill to have, I guess, to turn it. And I was trying to break down the type of English accents, because of course you have New York, of course you have Southern.
You have 10,001, yeah.
People from other countries, except Australians apparently, don't really know. The only one that's kind of you could tell is a redneck Southerner. It's the only ones that they know. All right, that's a different kind of English.
Yeah, but you have the totally different accent. People from Boston, from New York, from Texas, California, even from South Florida. It's totally different.
Exactly. So I was trying to help him out with that, but yeah, he's super subconscious.
He portrays emotion very well.
Yeah, no, Elias, he's very good. I'm gonna see him tomorrow.
If you watch his reel, you'll see that every character he's portraying, he is that character.
Yeah. So have you ever tried to learn or try to turn it to a switch, on and off switch as far as the English accent?
Yeah, I mean, I constantly take classes with someone that she's my coach. She's really good. She's from New York. Right now we do things through Skype.
New York accent though. That's
no,
another one that's kind of
But she
sketchy.
actually has a book about different accents. Excuse me. She has a book on how you can switch things just with a little bit of putting together the words in a different way. It sounds different. So she's really good, but it will take time. It takes time because even I do a lot of accents in Spanish, and even in Spanish, I'm Colombian, and to learn how to speak as a Mexican, it took me like a year.
How many Spanish accents you know?
4.
4? Which ones? Mexican?
Mexican, Colombia. You have 3 different ones inside of Colombia,
Oh my
which
God.
is Bogota, Paisa, and then you have the people from Cartagena.
Okay.
I can do a little bit of Argentinian, and I can do a little bit of people from the Caribbean, because here you pick up Cuban. You know, like Cubans talk different.
Right.
They are their own language. So yeah. It's amazing.
Every time I try to find out the difference of Spanish cultures, or any culture for that matter, I just learn the bad words. People just teach me the bad words.
Oh, that's a good thing.
I
You don't
guess.
want to hear the story that happened to me when I just came. And I went to tan one day, and you know, in Colombia, usually you tan with bathing suits that are really little. So
God bless Colombia.
I went over there, and it was this lady really uncomfortable because the husband started looking at me, and I'm like, okay, I'm not just even looking, and she started cursing at me like really bad, and I was like trying to say the bad words, and I'm like, how do you say this?
That's not your fault.
No, that's not my fault, but people get sometimes. And then I was trying to say the bad words that I didn't know, that nobody teach me, and I was like, oh.
You're driving in the car, you're
I went,
everything
yes,
you
I went to my house, and I'm like, I need to learn this thing. Let me search. So it's good that you learned the bad words.
Well, yeah, I
first.
guess. I got into a debate with a Venezuelan friend of mine who she claims that marica was in Venezuela first. And I hear that in Colombian. I thought
Yeah,
Colombians
we
did
say
it.
it like nothing.
Marica was in every country first.
And in Narcos, they say it all the time. I love that
Oh,
show,
you're
Narcos.
Paisa? Please.
Right, exactly.
You say marica every other word. It's true. It's not even it's not even about word.
Right, it's like
just
a, hey, what's
like
up?
Say,
Hi,
like
mom.
bro.
Right.
Like saying, you know, Paul or whatever.
Yeah. Abuela, ¿cómo está, marica? You know what I mean?
No. You can say abuela
They have
marica.
different ways of saying it though that implies different emotions.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like marica, like whatever.
It depends.
You got
Yeah.
Pablo's marica. You know,
Yeah.
kill
Oh,
somebody.
God. That
If
show's
you're
great.
writing in a little notebook, that's another
His accent was
meaning.
bad though. You know, I didn't like Narcos.
Did you see Narcos?
Yeah.
He's Brazilian.
Well, you have to see this actor.
He's a great actor.
He's a good actor, but I don't know if you had seen the series that they did in Colombia about Pablo.
Like the Spanish one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on Univision, right?
The
That guy?
man, the queen of the bad or something like that. I usually, this shouldn't be, but I usually don't watch soap operas. I love movies and all the stuff. Me as an actor, I think, you know, you need to watch things that you learn from.
For sure.
You know, like, and soap operas are like good, but they usually produce it so quick that they don't give you too much time to develop the character or anything like that. And I watched one episode from this guy, and I got hooked. I looked online, and it was the first time that he did a series.
But you're talking about
The one that did that one.
Oh yeah, that was really good.
Oh my God, the guy was awesome. What is his
Yeah.
name?
I forgot his name, but that series was awesome. That one felt more like Narcos than the
That guy,
Netflix one.
and you see the evolution when he started the character at the beginning, that he was kind of, you know, raw, and then he got so much into Pablo Escobar that forget it. You believe that guy was Pablo Escobar. It was really good. So, you know.
That was your favorite show? This one? Patrón de Mar? Oh, that's the song.
No, that's the song.
This one.
Is the Patrón del Mar?
That's the Spanish song.
Yeah, it's in
Yeah,
This is the
Spanish.
Spanish one?
But that guy did this role that you really believe him. He was Pablo Escobar. Like, it was one scene in which they put a bomb outside of his apartment. The guy went outside. He was so much into the character that he started dripping mucus, like boogers from his nose.
Really?
Like, and I was like, wow.
Wow. I
And
mean,
then-
if you get the Pablo Escobar role, you know how important that is. So I
Yeah.
imagine that he
You
really
need to study that thing.
dove in there, you know,
Yes.
because that's a big role that people are gonna really.
And it was the first
analyze
time
your
that he
acting
did
in.
like a big role, and I really haven't seen him
Even
before.
more if it was his first. Yeah,
And the
definitely.
guy really
Killed
nailed it.
Nailed it.
Yeah, like
Good.
he was awesome.
I gotta check it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Wagner's Brazilian, and they obviously speak Portuguese and whatnot. But when he switched over to the Colombian accent, it was like stale. It was like if I told you, Dean, do me a Paisa accent, you wouldn't know what I'm talking about. But this guy, the one she's talking about,
Is
nailed
he
it.
Colombian too?
Yeah,
or-
he's Colombian. And then,
Yeah.
like 6 months ago, I think he's doing the series from the Venus. No, I don't think.
The one about the woman?
Maduro? No. And he's, I don't know if he's Maduro or one of the two presidents over there. But you cannot
David.
even believe it's the same guy. You're like, is this the same guy?
Well, that's like
Who is it? Andreas Parra? Is that him?
Yes, Andres Parra.
Okay.
Andres Parra.
That's him. Let's see what he's working
no.
on. That's not him? Andres?
Let me see.
It says he was El Patron del Mal.
And
That's
now,
him, right?
Yeah. And now he is doing something that.
Dr. Ephraim Wernick in Hypno. That's, I don't know, that sounds English. Los Futbolistas, The Lord of the Skies.
The Lord of the Skies is the one that he did.
This is him though. Andres Parra.
Yeah.
That's him? Okay. Yeah, he doesn't even look. They must
He
have really
doesn't
made him
even
look
look
like,
there.
like Pablo.
He gained pounds and everything.
Really?
he nailed the look and the sound.
Sorry.
It's funny. Wow, that's great. How do you feel about that, though, Escobar being Colombian? Because to me, he was one of the most fascinating things. Like, to me, up there with things that happen in the world, he's up there with, like, the Nazis. I can't believe a guy like this existed. He was rich. He could have paid off the country's debt for them to leave him alone. But at the same time, a lot of Colombians don't like that he's associated with it, even though Medellin's not at all the same from his day. How do you feel about that as a Colombian? You like...
I think you cannot deny what you are.
Right.
So if that's part of the history of the country, hey, there's nothing you can do. It's part of the history of the country, and it happened for a certain reason. Colombia was going through a lot of stuff back then, and if you analyze history, you have to understand why happened. So it's not only, this guy was horrible. Yeah, but it's a history of why things got to that point. And so, hey, you cannot deny what happened.
Right.
You're Colombian, okay, well, what is not nice is when you go to a place and everybody make jokes about, cocaine and all that stuff because, hey, listen, that's over,
Yeah.
There's many other things why Colombians are recognized these days.
Many, of
and
course.
so, but you just laugh about it like,
Yeah,
I don't care. To me, when somebody does that, it's like, okay, you should read a little bit more. Whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's it.
That
but-
joke is old already.
Yeah. And you just have to be secure of who you are, what you represent. And as far you know the reality of what the country is right now, you're fine with it.
Good. Yeah. Because it's, especially now when it's so popular on TV, these type of shows. My grandmother hates it. My grandmother doesn't watch any narco.
Where is she from?
My Cuban grandmother. She
Okay.
watches a lot of shows, but she doesn't like the violence. She doesn't find it cool. Obviously, it's not in her generation. It was happening a lot, but it's just such a boom in it. And I guess Mexico is now the new era of
unfortunately,
it.
they are going through that, and it's sad because it's really tough.
It's really tough.
It's
very
really tough. But what I think is that producers usually do whatever people watch.
Right.
And so if you see that is a percentage of the population that like that kind of shows, obviously it's going to be productions
It's
that
a
are
well,
going to
yeah.
steer towards it.
Mm-hmm.
So, I admire many people that, produce things that are a little bit different, that have more message, and that is hard to get to produce. But you need to have a lot of money to do things like that too. So there's the kind of producers that have a lot of money and looking for more results, and that's it. They don't care about the message. And there's other ones that look for a combination of both.
Right.
So that's what I think we as an artist need to do. We need to put a little seed here and there, and little by little things.
No, once Hollywood finds a well, they drain it completely. They keep going into that well and just until people get tired of it. Like a few years ago, it was the white family who adopts a black kid and saves the black kid's life. That was like a thing. It was like 20 movies back to back of that same concept after Sandra Bullock won the Oscar. You know, they just drain the well. It kind of gets annoying, but it's wherever the production is. And now look what happened with the Narcos location manager. You saw that he got shot and killed in Mexico?
No, I didn't.
Yeah. He was scouting for
a location scout.
Oh, okay.
In Mexico. Shot and killed in his car.
And he's from
You
Mexico.
you have to be very careful when you touch on these subjects. You know
It's
what I mean?
true.
Because
It's
you
true.
don't want to get the actors, the crew especially, but the actors
This
is dangerous
actress
too.
from Reina del Sur,
Uh-huh.
the main Castillo, what is her name? I'm so bad with names.
Reina del
La
Sur.
Reina del Sur. She had like bad episodes also in Mexico, and she was portraying one of the queens of the South, which now that series is produced in English. They are producing it in Texas. There was a soap opera initially here in Miami that they produced. Kate del Castillo.
Kate del Castillo.
Kate del Castillo. Yeah.
that's right.
And she has some issues also, over there, and
What type of issues?
I think
She get kidnapped?
no, like
She met up with Harvey Weinstein?
like
Because
she
that-
got
oh, man.
calls and stuff like that you cannot go and be comfortable over there, that you have to be with bodyguards and stuff like that going to Mexico.
You
Yeah,
heard
definitely.
about the whole Harvey Weinstein problem?
No.
No?
No,
Weinstein,
I-
well, that's Hollywood. Yeah, it's already big storm over there. Stuff like that's been happening as far as sexual harassment in the industry. People insinuate to actresses that they'll get the role if they do such and such for the producer or director. That stuff happens, right?
This been forever. I
Yeah.
think if you are an actress and you expect to get somewhere because of favors, it's gonna be a point in which your career is gonna be there. And then that's why you see so many people that gets to a point in their lives that they get depressed, they kill themselves, and you have to have certain values inside of you and believe that you have the talent.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a different story that you get to a place because you fall in love with someone and you have a relationship or whatever. But just getting to, okay, I'm gonna do whatever just to get in front of a camera.
Yeah.
Well, in this particular man's case, the understanding is that he's such a big figure in the industry that if you didn't help him with certain favors or let him get away with certain things, he would make sure you wouldn't work anywhere else, which he can't. So,
Has that ever happened to you?
have you ever been in a situation where you?
I mean, you could say it. I mean,
You've been treated
Yeah,
wrongly?
nobody's
Just-
gonna
You
hear
don't,
it.
you,
No,
don't have to, you don't have to say who it is, but like,
Right.
It happens. It
it
happens.
happens.
It happens.
What's the most like this? Like you walked out of there feeling dirty, like you had to take a shower, type of thing.
I don't let it happen to that.
No, to get
I
to that
always
point.
had in my head straight that when you walk into an audition and you feel it's not right, you just walk out.
bye.
You just walk out, because you are gonna open the door for many other things, and believe me, whoever is in this career for something else than the art, you feel it.
Yeah.
You walk into an audition and you feel it different. What happens is when you're really young, you are really naive, and then you believe that everybody's here for the art, and you want to do something and you want to get known, but at the end of the day, you learn by
Right.
experiences. It happened to me probably when I was like 15. One time that I went to an audition, and it was for I used to do modeling for pictures and stuff. And the guy is like, no, because this is, but my mom went with me, so my mom was outside, and the guy is like, well, you have to put this underwear, and then you have to, but I needed to be like right there in front of the camera. I'm like, give me 1 second, I'm gonna ask my mom. And I went outside, and my mom is like, what? Get out of here.
Yeah.
So, you don't do that. It's like, you're gonna be naked in front of the camera? And I'm like, he said that I had to change it. No. And we went out.
Wow, what a
So you
creep.
gotta be careful with those things, and I advise everybody that is not old enough and mature enough to go with someone to those
Yeah.
auditions that you really don't know who the people are. If you feel weird about something, it's good. Or at least text somebody, hey, I'm gonna be here and here, you know.
Yeah. So overall, good thing that this guy was exposed and now people would look, or do you think people forget about it in a week? And same thing's gonna go on with someone else?
It's good always that these kind of people get exposed. Always, because that at least a little bit awareness out there. But yeah, people forget. We have so many news every day. You have so many channels of information coming your way every day that people will forget.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
just make sure that if you're in this kind of business, you take care about yourself.
Definitely.
It's all that I can say.
Good. Any plugs? You working on anything now? Like, do you write or anything? Or what are you working on?
I'm 100% right now dedicated to acting. I used to sing and I write poetry also.
Nice.
So I'm putting together like a little book for poetry.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Any maricas in there? Or?
No maricas.
No? Spanish or English?
English.
Oh, nice. Good.
Yeah,
Cool.
English.
What is it like? Is it one of those romantic type of poems, or is
I
it?
write, I think inspiration is a weird thing. It comes in these moments in your life where everything is like the right moment at the right time. I guess for writers, it must be really hard to be having a deadline because, that's all you do.
Yeah, definitely.
And then you're sitting in front of the computer thinking, in my case, it's a little bit different because it's been something that has been happening for a while. So the inspiration come and I just write. And no, not only about love, it's about different situations in life, awesome. Moments in your life that you feel changes, that you feel like you just want to write a message to other people that maybe is going through the same thing as you are.
Yeah, nice.
So,
awesome. Do any plans to release that or publish it first? What's the game plan for that?
I am putting it together. I want to be part of this contest that they do for poetry with one of them. And then after that, I want to just... Somebody told me, why you don't start putting in your Instagram page and all that stuff?
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of tendency now that everything goes digital.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it and maybe create
No
like
Instagram
a channel.
Yet?
Yeah, I do have
Okay,
it, but
good.
not for the poetry or anything like that.
Okay.
Yeah. It's
Awesome.
just pictures and things that I do, with the art. I just did the micro theater that I was telling you, and maybe we're preparing another play. We want to do a series, that 3-4 minute series with some of the actors. We were thinking to do that, and we're talking about that.
Like a highlighting the actor or what?
No. It's a series with content
Oh,
that
cool.
is 3-4 minutes for YouTubers. That's what we are working on, and hopefully comes together.
Yeah, good. So you were talking about something, how important it is to stay constant about the art. That's super important too. People get discouraged all the time in this.
Yeah.
What's your, not secret, but your technique to really stay consistent with it?
I think we all go through the same at a certain point in our lives. We believe that, this thing is not paying the bills, I need to do something else, and then you lose focus. I think you need to meditate all the time. For some reason, when you do like daily meditation, 5 minutes, it's nothing like you have to go to India or anything and stay floating or no.
Right.
It's just, really feeling inside of you what is what you want of life.
Yeah.
And realizing that life is really short. When you blink, it's 10 years and that's it. So even if you're not winning too much, you're doing what you like.
Yeah,
because
sure.
what else is good? You can have a lot of money and eventually the money will come.
Right.
But you need to do what is your passion.
Exactly. We were talking about that earlier too. People who won't do something without getting paid. Now I understand it's important. We all have lives, we all have bills and all that. But if you don't really have a portfolio, or even if you do, but how often do you take roles just out of the passion, or just because the script is good, or just because you need to keep building portfolio? Like, what's your thoughts about
I think
amateurs
that
who want
whoever,
to get paid?
Yeah, I think whoever worked in Moonlight didn't know that is gonna be an Oscar-winning movie.
Yeah.
So you never know when something is gonna be that good.
Exactly.
So you just have to keep going and analyze that. Hey, listen, maybe you arrange something different. Maybe you guys don't pay me right now, but we do an arrangement that if it gets published, you give me a percent. Or I don't know.
Yeah.
Different ways to work things, but you have to see perspective. And read the script and see, oh, you know what, this thing could go far. Maybe I should be part of it. Maybe if it's something that it doesn't sink on you, then don't be part of it.
Yeah.
But have that in you that if you put the 100%, sometimes you put the 100% in really good productions and nothing happened.
Yeah.
Sometimes the production is not as good and it gets really far. So you just trust in your work.
Yeah, definitely. Because I've had several people who I'm writing a pilot, or I wrote a pilot, and it's in production right now. But just several people from here, someone from this very school, who wouldn't do anything without getting paid. And in my mind, I'm like, we're in the same class. I wouldn't pay you to shoot a Snapchat video for me.
Of
But
course.
let's do something together that we can build on and believe in. You know what I mean? So it's kind of frustrating sometimes when I run into people like that. Like I said, at the same time, we need to make money, but it's so refreshing when I meet people like you who have genuine passion for the craft and just for
It's
the
hard
art of
to
it.
find. It's
It's
hard
very
to
hard.
find.
So hard. When I tell you that there's maybe like 15, 20%, and I'm eyeballing, of people who are passionate beyond school. In
Or
this
beyond
school,
fame. Because that's the other
Right.
main thing. Some people
that's
just
a whole
wanna.
other level.
Yeah.
That's a whole other
Yeah.
level. But it's not in this school. It's not too many. It's pretty much JC and the people in there. Chico, anything when it comes to production.
And you
he's
guys
there.
work together all the
Oh,
time?
I only work with the people who I know have a passion outside of school.
That's cool.
So definitely.
Well, you can
It's so
come
refreshing.
in.
Yeah, great. Yeah, absolutely.
Whenever
Vice
you guys-
versa. Vice versa. Yeah, we're definitely going to talk more. But I don't want to hold you up anymore. Thank you
Oh,
very much.
thank you.
And hopefully we talk more. I have a shoot coming up next week that
Great.
maybe you can be a part of it. I can send you
Hopefully.
the script and all that. Can you get her name,
Yeah.
number, and
Thank
email,
you.
please? Thank you.
Nice to
Thank
meet you.
Likewise. Mwah.
Bye.
Luka.
Bye, Colombia.
Luka, come on over here, buddy. All right, that was a great guest. What's up, Nelson? Nelson's here. Luka's here. I got Luka's audition video somewhere on my hard drive. Yeah, young Leonardo DiCaprio. What's up, man? Come on, sit down. I'm over here. We just have this podcast about film and shit. We just talk about film and all that. Yeah. So sit down, man. How old are you again? You're 19?
I'm 19, yeah.
19, man. Still doing the acting thing.
Yeah.
What was the last thing that you did besides the freight?
No, I used to have a YouTube channel, and the last thing that I did was with you, actually.
The freight?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That was my first role that I had outside, my own films.
Okay. All right. Right, because you do the Instagram thing. Is
YouTube.
it like comedy or what is
YouTube.
it? What is a YouTube
Yeah.
skit thing?
The YouTube stuff.
Are you funny or do people like it?
I mean, yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
But I don't.
You come alive on screen and on tape when you record, huh?
Yeah.
All right. That's what's up. And
I
who's the
don't-
team that you work with?
No, I used to have just a few friends, but it was getting too complicated to film. Nobody wanted to take time out of their own, and I couldn't do it by myself. So I just decided to study film and then see where it goes from now.
Where are you studying film at?
Right now I'm studying at Miami Dade, and I plan on transferring either somewhere else in
This Miami Dade?
No, in Inter-American,
Where's that at?
Little Havana.
In Little Havana. Okay. That's
Next
a
to-
private school then?
No,
It's Miami Dade?
Dade. Yeah,
Oh, it's another one of their
it's
little
another campus.
hidden campuses that they just take
Yeah.
money from kids?
I mean,
Damn it. Well, what's your experiences there?
it's cool.
People-wise?
It's cool.
Professor-wise?
It's cool.
You could be honest. I know you're gonna be a big star one day.
No, I don't like.
You don't
I
need
don't
to be
like. I
politically
don't like.
correct
I don't
here.
like going to school.
Period. No, I
Yeah.
didn't like going to school either, which is why I'm still in school and I'm old as dirt. But now that I finally am motivated again to go to school, I see clearly now. You're at that age where you're going with the flow of school, but let me tell you one thing. Just because a professor is that title, it doesn't mean that they know a lot.
Yeah.
Sometimes you might even know more about whatever the professor's trying to teach.
Yeah.
So Always remember that. Just titles don't mean shit, especially
Yeah.
here in Miami-Dade. If they knew anything really good, they wouldn't be working for Miami-Dade.
No.
All right? Always remember that because you got a lot of potential, man. I
Yeah,
remember yours was one of the best, if not the best audition that we had that day. But
I'm gonna try to keep it going. Keep
it going.
acting.
You're gonna steer
Yeah, no,
the
it's
comedy,
not,
the comedy thing, or you're gonna whatever you are good at, like.
No, I like acting.
You like acting,
whatever
period.
it is. Yeah.
Okay, so they gave you like a Brokeback Mountain role.
Yeah,
Good.
definitely. Yeah. I would
Oh,
love
definitely.
To.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Well,
The
good.
more complicated they are, the better, the more fun. You know.
I'd say that's pretty complicated.
Yeah.
That Brokeback Mountain. Yeah. All right. Well, good.
Yeah.
What you auditioned for which role here?
I auditioned for the role of.
A cop.
They don't really have the name. No, it's a criminal who killed another character's father, and then this is the revenge. And so, when the two characters meet and collide, that's what I auditioned for.
Okay.
And I'm also auditioning for another one who's a photographer involved in a crime.
All right.
I'm
Cool.
see how that goes now.
You play the photographer?
Yeah, it's one of the characters.
All right. Cool, man. Yeah, we definitely gotta work together again one day. People
Yeah.
screaming. People screaming in the fucking casting crew.
They're getting
Bye. See ya.
Oh, okay.
What's up, buddy? Hey. Yeah, we got to work together again one day. I actually have another thing that I'm working on too, but right now I'm putting the full focus on the comedy stuff, which you could be a part of too, actually. But what I'm doing is I'm shooting the best scenes first, and then I'm compiling them together to pitch it later and to get some funding and stuff so I could shoot the rest of the scenes.
Oh, I feel.
So when
yeah,
that happens,
yeah,
I'm gonna keep shooting as I go along, and I'll let you know
yeah.
about the parts and all that. But it's fun, man. You got to keep with it. You got to
Yeah.
stay with it.
The only thing that it's a bit confusing is this whole world, all the agents and all that shit.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck's going on. You feel me?
You
I
ever
just started, yeah.
You ever met an agent?
No,
No meetings yet?
nah,
All right. Well,
nothing. I just started.
well, you should probably get into that.
Yeah.
I mean, start
I
looking
will.
around. You know what I did? I went on IMDb Pro, signed up.
That's what you. Well, I want to ask you, what did you do and how? Feel me?
For what? To film?
For acting, yeah.
For acting? I signed up for the 30-day free trial version of IMDb Pro, and then I canceled before the 30 days. But in that time, you can get the numbers and like email addresses of people, of agents, and production companies, and just actors. You know, so they usually have their agency name there, and you could like call them. You could see which one's really popular in Florida. Which I forgot the name of them right now, but I have them somewhere. And start just sending your headshots out.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, you know what I mean. So you should do it now, definitely, while you're young and you're learning, you know, and you already have something special in you when it comes to the acting. So do it. So when you get to the proper position, like they could just hone your skills that you have already, man.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah. What's your favorite movies? Let's talk about that.
My favorite movie is Shutter Island.
Of course,
Island.
DiCaprio one.
Yeah.
I knew you was. Oh man.
Yeah, but somehow I don't even do it intentionally. I just like the movies that he's in. You know, the movies.
Well, they're
movies
great
that he
movies.
yeah, exactly.
And it doesn't hurt that you kind of look like him.
Yeah.
Goddammit. You're just waiting for your Titanic.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
gotta wait till he shaves his beard and then that's it. You walk around like when he goes into the club, you walk in behind him.
Yeah.
I was just in there. Leave me alone. What are you doing?
Yeah.
Alright, I'm
Free
up.
drinks, free everything.
That's right.
Yeah,
He's
but
waiting for his
everything's live.
Romeo and Juliet. You know
Yeah,
what I
that guy's
mean?
the man.
Yeah. No. DiCaprio's the man for sure. What's your favorite shows that you watch right now?
Right now I'm just getting really into Rick and Morty.
Rick and Morty. This
yeah.
guy can't fucking stop
Wait,
talking about Rick
It's
and
a
Morty.
drug. It's a drug.
Why is it so good?
So much.
Because she's so swifty.
Yeah.
No, so
Swifty,
much
Nelson
happens
says.
in 22 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Tell me no. You're watching a whole movie.
They
pretty much.
blow your mind like 3 times in 10 minutes. That's a record for me. you
Is
know?
it?
Yeah. I mean, they're crazy.
And they have no filter. Who knows what it is doesn't make it to the
Yeah.
to the show.
Yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah,
what
yeah.
makes it like the way Family Guy was taboo. This thing is like 10 times.
Does
No,
it have
this is
any
more extreme.
one-liners that are like funny and quick and cool?
How many come to mind? Like
Really? I saw something recently about the Saskatchewan sauce created a
Yeah,
big
the
stir at
the
McDonald's.
Mulan movie.
Yeah.
and-
okay, have you heard?
Yeah.
Have you heard? I'm Pickle Rick. I'm this Rick or this whatever. Like, have you heard that joke?
No. What is
Pickle
that
Rick.
about? Pickle Rick, motherfucker.
Yeah, you have it, no?
No, what is
He
that?
turns himself to a pickle to get out of like a
pickle?
family meeting.
Uh-huh.
And then she's like, okay, well, I'm going to just take this syringe hanging over the door. She takes it. That's how he was going to become a person again. So she leaves him as a pickle, and he goes through a fucking crazy adventure to get to the fucking, to the meeting.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds ridiculous, but I guess I have to watch it.
Well,
Yeah, you
when
have to watch
When
it.
you watch it,
What season is it on now?
that's season
3.
3. Yeah.
3?
Well, Pickle Rick was season 2, right? I don't know.
I think it was season 3.
Season 3, whatever.
Okay. What other show besides that?
I liked Narcos. Was pretty good.
Oh, Narcos was the shit.
Yeah. But the only thing I didn't.
Season 1, we were like, this is fucking.
No, we
not
caught
playing
season
games.
3.
I'm sorry, season 3, episode
Yeah.
1.
Yeah, that was really good. Good. You know what else is you should do too, man? Take a trip to Atlanta one day.
Yeah.
To LA. Oh, you'll really get inspired.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
That's
actually,
it.
I've never been out of Miami in the U.S.
Really?
Well, I've been to
Where are you
Orlando.
from? You look white, but where you from?
Yeah, well, I was born in Germany, and then in Europe, I traveled around, and then.
You speak German?
I speak a little bit.
Nine. Oh God, Nelson with the damn Nazi humor. Nelson, calm down. Enough. For a long time, I thought they were saying "Hi Hitler." Hi, like they were just waiting.
Oh
hi.
no, it's high.
Like they were just like hi.
Hi, Hitler.
But
How are
yeah.
you doing?
But I'm glad Nelson appreciates that joke. But all right, so German, you guys hear it all the time. I'm sorry, you know, I'm not trying to make fun
It's
of German.
impossible. I mean,
But you speak German?
I speak a little bit.
Where did you guys end up? How did you guys end up in Miami? Military family?
No, my family, they're researchers, so they're scientists. So
What about the research?
they do cancer research, and so
Okay.
God bless them.
Yeah, good.
so we move around, and wherever they go, I go, and now it's Miami.
I kind of find it scary that they ended up in the U.S.
Yeah.
This is the prime mecca for cancer now.
Yeah.
Everyone's getting some type of cancer. It's fucking
Yeah.
crazy. Have they been progressing in their research? Hopefully.
Yeah,
You got
but
the inside
it's
scoop.
really slow. It's not like in the movies. It's not what it seems. It's years and years of work for maybe something. You know?
Really?
Yeah,
And they
it's
work
not-
for like private organizations.
No, they work for the University of Miami.
Ah,
They don't work for private organizations.
wow. Okay, that's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool. But I always wanted to go to America, you know,
Yeah.
because I always watch movies and
Nice. How do they feel about you not following in their footsteps, kind of like in the doctor path or researcher path? They're supportive or what?
no, they're not really supportive.
That's why they told you, hey, go to Miami-Dade. Even though we work at UM,
Yeah.
to go to Miami-Dade.
But it was also like a money question, but they don't really think it's a serious profession. And
Well,
they don't think you
compared to
should
that,
pursue it.
Jesus, come on.
I mean,
You could
yeah,
be a pilot and they still look down on you.
yeah.
You know?
No, but I don't really care at this point.
Yeah. Well,
I
this is
cared
the
for
thing.
many years, but not at this point.
You could be rebellious about 1,000 other horrible things. Acting is not one of them. You know.
Mm.
So good. Keep it up, man. We've been here an hour. We're about to wrap it up.
Yeah,
You're the man, Luka.
thanks, man. Nice
What's
to
your
have
name?
you.
Plugs. Where you at? Instagram, all that.
Yeah, just Instagram, Luka Bilbao, and
Spell that, please,
LukaBilbao.
Okay.
And if not, you can check me out on YouTube on Far From Serious.
Far from serious. Okay, cool. Thanks for coming through, man.
I'll see you, man.
Later, man. Did Maggie leave an email or I forgot to get her.
We have the
plug.
same last name.
Do you? Because you're
probably
Colombian plugs.
cousins.
All right. So next time, reporting live from MDC North Campus, aka mini Dade County Jail over here. Nelson, give us the last word. Give us a Rick and Morty quote.
Hi, I'm Mr. V6. Look at me.
We out.
Oh my god.
That's